Greetings. I just want to do a little quickie with you here. I'm creating this record as quickly as I can to publish it on the public record. Okay, so anyways, I got assaulted with a contract I shared the last time with you guys about sending the contract back to the Highway Patrol. This happened in Auburn. So now I got another contract offer. Okay, and this is it right here. So I'm going to talk about it a little. So first of all, it says in lowercase lettering, English, Superior Court of California, County of Placer, P.O. Box, blah blah blah, Roseville, Ca. Okay, so and then that's who it's from, and then below it says Joshua Crockett, all capital letters, all capital letter Shadow Lane, all capital letter Citrus Heights, Ca, and it has a zip code. Okay, so we know that that's two languages, two different languages on one document. So this means two foreign languages from each other cannot correspond on one document. That's the first thing that we notice right away, which is from the Chicago Manual of Styles on page 666. That's where it says it. Okay. So I put, it's hard to read, just trust me. In red lettering representing the living man, I put, flesh and blood. I put Chicago Manual of Style, 17th edition, page 666, under foreign language. When two languages foreign to each other are on one document, it voids the document. They can't correspond. Okay, so I put that, but also, this is obviously not me, because it's all capital lettering, which is a municipal corporation created from the birth certificate fraud. Okay, so also it's going to a zip code. And if you live in a zip code, then you are dead. Okay, because a zip code is a subsidiary of the District of Columbia. So this is, by now you should already know this if you've been watching my videos and others. So I just simply put return to sender, no person by that name lives at domicile. Okay, so I'm going to read to you person out of Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. Okay, so this is a PDF I have. You're not going to be able to read it, and I can't zoom in. So this is what it says. It says, a man considered according to the rank he holds in society, with all the rights to which the place he holds entitles him, and the duties which he imposes. Okay. Second, it says the word in its natural and usual signification includes women as well as men. Okay. And these are backed up by Supreme Court case laws. Now the third one says term may include artificial beings as corporations. Okay. That's another, backed up by another Supreme Court case law. Then it says quasi-corporations. That's another definition. Then it says territorial corporations. That's another definition with another Supreme Court case source. And then it says foreign corporations. And that's another definition. And then it says under statutes forbidding the taking of property without due process of law and given to all persons the equal protection of the laws. So what I'm saying is they just picked the definition they're going by, and that would be this one, which is a foreign corporation. Why is it foreign? Because it's foreign to the land and soil jurisdiction. It's in the law of water. That's where municipal corporations exist. Okay. And I put no person by that name lives at domicile. Okay, return to sender, because that person is dead. It can't be alive. It doesn't live. It's an artificial entity. Okay. And then in the back I put fraud and the inducement. Okay. And so I want to show you about what I got going on with fraud and the inducement. Okay. This I'm going to read you this. It says fraud in the inducement, okay? It says, fraud in the inducement occurs when a person tricks another person into signing an agreement to one's disadvantage by using fraudulent statements and representations. Well, I just read you what a person is, right? So this says when a person tricks another person. Okay, well, we know that I'm not a person. You might still think you are. Okay. Um anyway, so that's the definition, and then it says fraud in the inducement occurs when a person tricks another person into signing an agreement to one's disadvantage by using fraudulent statements and representations, because fraud negates the meeting of the minds required of a contract. Okay, so I'm going to tell you that when they pulled me over and assaulted me with the contract up in Auburn, I absolutely did not consent and signed UCC, which means all rights are reserved, which means that I have the right to not contract with a foreign corporation performing fraud in the inducement. Okay, once again, on the back here it says State of California DUNS number. Okay, 071549000. Okay, so that's the corporation, a foreign corporation, and that's the Dun and Brad number, that it's a foreign corporation. So they've said right here that Superior Court of California, okay, County of Placer. So they're telling you who they are right there. They're in the State of California Corps, okay? Then over here I put the Auburn California Highway Patrol DUNS number, 01074 1296. How about this instead? 01074 1296. Okay, so I put the California Highway Patrol of Auburn subdivision number on there, proving on the public record that it's a foreign corporation, right? I can't do business with corporations because I'm a living man. Remember, that violates the law of likes under contract law. And I wrote Clearfield Doctrine. Okay, the Clearfield Doctrine is the doctrine that says when a government uses Federal Reserve notes, it ceases to be a government and it's a mere private corporation. Okay, and so this is why one of the reasons why they stole all the gold and silver in 1933, okay, is because they're doing business as foreign corporations now. It's not the government anymore. Because of this doctrine, it proves it on the public record. So I put Clearfield Doctrine on this. The reason why is because they're trying to get me to pay debts for this municipal corporation designed to look like me from the birth certificate fraud. And it's totally criminal. And the last thing I want to say about this is it's not me, okay? And I know that. In addition to that, fraud has no statute of limitations. This means that they are on the hook for the duration, for eternity. If these people get found out, especially at this Superior Court building where they're continuing to do human trafficking, even though it's all on the record, and they're only banking on the fact that you don't know that and that you're consenting. Well, I'm clearly stating right here on the public record that I do not consent.